William Regal written off AEW TV amid WWE return rumors. Plus, we had a shock comeback on last night's Dynamite EE and an AEW style challenge for an ROH title next week. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Two things. One, brilliant Christmas jumper.
Oh, thank you. It's cool.
It's only 3 postal strikes till Christmas now. And two, what a fire promo by Maxwell Jacob Friedman on AEW Dynamite last night.
My God, it was just a really solid episode of Dynamite last night, so I bloody well loved it, I tell you.
Talk us through some of the stuff that MJF spouted during his tirade.
Let me tell you, MJF addressed AEW fans on Dynamite last night in, as you said, an explosive promo, right? There was fire everywhere. It's like a dragon. He promised to defend the title very rarely and said he would have a title reign longer than Jeff Jarrett and JBL's respective reigns. And one that would make Bruno Sammartino roll around Tom in his essy little grave. Oh my goodness. This really feels like he's turned the thing of the whole, you know, we all thought maybe he's becoming babyface. It was like, I don't want to become babyface, and now it feels like he's the true villain once again.
Oh, he certainly is.
I digress. He said he'd hold on to the title through to the bidding war of 2024, referencing his desires to meet with Nick Khan and Triple H. Oh my God,
my
it was
boy,
so good.
the game trips.
And jolly old Saint Nick. He did all this whilst unveiling a new look AEW Championship belt too, with a Burberry strap. And I agree with Tony Schiavone in this one. One of the worst things I've ever seen. But it makes sense. It makes sense for his character. And he's calling it the Triple B as well, the big Burberry, the big Burberry belt. The final moments of the whole thing came down when we saw him put on a pair of brass knucks and punch William Regal in the back of the head. This again really solidifies himself as that villain character.
If they weren't sold on him being a baddie yet, like punch Regal.
Absolutely, because I think for the longest time it was like, does MJF really need Regal? How are the two going to sort of work on TV together? MJF's kind of just... He's sorted it all out for us, hasn't he? And then, Regal lay motionless as MJF recited the email that Regal sent him 7 years ago. And then Bryan Danielson comes out at the end. Medical staff, they all rush to Regal as well to end the segment. And Regal's not moving. He gets put on a stretcher, put into an ambulance. And poor Bryan Danielson there with one shoe on and one shoe off, just looking absolutely distraught.
Yeah, it was incredible. I love the bit where he recited the email, but he kind of reversed the names round and told Regal, you know, like... The industry has changed. We only hire big stars now. Yeah. Send us some of your stuff, kid. Like,
so good. So good.
When it's on, and MJF was phenomenal here. Now, this all comes during a time where William Regal's future within AEW is somewhat speculated over. Now, before we get into the weeds on it, we're very aware, and Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio also talks about this, that William Regal apparently signed a 3-year deal with AEW that would see him there until at least April of 2025. However, there's been some question marks over that kind of deal. So I'm going to quote Dave Meltzer verbatim.
Yeah.
To strap in. William Regal, when he signed with AEW, which was only in April or May, said that he signed for 3 years. Now, something is going on, but I'm not sure of all the details. Actually, I've been told a lot of stuff, but most of it was off the record. But the basic gist of the situation is, as far as if he's going or if he's staying, I do know that it is something that has been talked about. So from that, I can glean that his status in the company, despite this 3-year contract, has been questioned. The rumors have been out even before last Wednesday's show. The thing on Wednesday's show, this is where Moxley obliged Regal to run. And don't darken my door again. No. Now, the thing on Wednesday's show was just an angle, but there had been talk of that from the very early on. There's something going on. As far as the contract situation with Tony, I do know that it's something that's in play, but he said his contract was 3 years. So in theory, he couldn't do anything till April 2025, but that's what I know, and that's what I can say. Put it that way. There seemed like there's a lot to read between the lines on in a bit like that, where obviously he signed for 3 years, but obviously there's some question marks about whether he's going to be there the whole 3 years.
Yeah, I really don't know what to make of it. I think all of the speculation was fueled when Triple H put out the tweet over the weekend during Survivor Series War Games, where it was like, it's just not War Games without William Regal saying War Games. So he put out a little compilation video of him doing so. And that really like fueled the fire on a lot of stuff. I don't really know too much of what Regal can do now. Obviously, Danielson's still very much on his side, so them two could still do something within AEW. Whether maybe Regal could go on to do Ring of Honor stuff and sort of like what he did for WWE, where he sort of talent scouts, or maybe is some sort of like authority figure within Ring of Honor. I'm not too sure. I think Ring of Honor would be a very nice fit for Regal, actually, wanting to sort of shape the future of wrestlers and the future generations of wrestlers. As for maybe he does go back to WWE though, and does like the talent scout stuff. We know that they're looking for people to bring new people in, to make new stars. So that could very well be like a role that he could do. But it's interesting. It's interesting. Maybe AEW see it in terms of like, if there's not much left for him really to do in the company, then maybe we just cut our losses a little bit.
And it would, I would hope that AEW would fight to keep a William Regal there. And in any normal circumstance, you would say, well, no, this is a deal that is on and that's not changing for 3 years. This is not an ordinary circumstance. This is William Regal. This is one of Triple H's best friends in the world.
Yeah.
When Triple H took over, the conversation of him going back to WWE was happening almost imminently. He even addressed it on Gentleman Villain, where he said, look, I'm here and I don't want to find out. I've not heard anything. We are professionals was a key word that he said. We're professionals and this is my job. He's doing his job and I don't know all the ins and outs of it. It's been a few months since he said that. I think, again, I genuinely believe if anybody would potentially be worth WWE buying out the contract of or making some sort of sweetener deal, it'd be Regal. It'd be Regal. I can
believe
that.
I do very much agree with you on that one, yeah.
Obviously, speculation forever. We'll continue to keep an eye on this bit of business. Not the only bit of business from Dynamite last night. We had some returns, didn't we?
We did. Hangman's back. Hangman is back. That's amazing news. So Adam Page made his return last night on Dynamite. He confronted Jon Moxley. Moxley was out there. He opened the show basically saying nobody else bleeds, sweats, does everything for this company. If someone wants to come out and test me on that, you're more than welcome to. And out comes Hangman Adam Page to a lovely reaction. It was really nice to see. Moxley made a comment as well about what happened last time they were in the ring together, and this just like led to a big old brawl. They all got into it. People had to come out and pull them apart. It's just very nice to see Page back. I'm very, very happy. I can't wait to see him and Moxley have another match together. Hope all goes well. Looking forward to that. And not only was Hangman back, Ruby Soho returned as well. So after Anna Jay lost a match to Willow Nightingale, Ty Mello was helping Jay out of the ring when Soho's theme music hit just suddenly. And then Mello waited in the ring for a confrontation while watching the entranceway, but Soho, she popped up behind her, didn't she, instead? And then Ruby battered Mello on the entrance ramp and she hit the destination unknown, obviously. Ruby was out with a broken nose, I think at the hands of Ty as well.
Yeah, so it's picking up the pieces here.
So yeah, we're picking up from where we left off there. So really excited to see her back. Hopefully we see more of Ruby on TV now. And I want to see her get maybe into the title picture again somehow, maybe in the TBS Championship, ramping up. Hopefully Chris Statlander comes back soon too, and we can get some nice things between them two. We'll see, but I'm just happy to see these wonderful people back.
2 strong returns last night from Dynamite, and we had a match made for Ring of Honor Final Battle, which is next weekend. Wheeler Yuta is going to face Daniel Garcia for the Ring of Honor Pure title. AEW star Wheeler Yuta taking on Garcia. The challenge came from a sit-down they did with the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society. Yuta lost the belt to Garcia. He wants it back. We've got a match for Final Battle between those two. I mean, there's wonderful chemistry with these two.
Oh, they're great.
Wonderful chemistry.
I can't wait for this. The Final Battle looks really good as well.
Yeah,
some really good matches.
Yeah, we've got Daniel Garcia versus Wheeler Yuta. We've got Chris Jericho versus Claudio Castagnoli. We've got... Oh, that's what we've got.
That's all you need.
It's next week. Good luck with that. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.